Techy Riders.
What's up, guys? I am outside 216 West 12th Street. This is where we'll be starting this Techy Scavenger Hunt this year. Thank you to Russ Fender for offering to host the after party. So we will be starting and ending at his house this year. I think I hear him singing in the shower. Oh yeah, that's my jam. So you can see there are definitely some open lots around his house, so there'll be plenty of parking. Just look for people with bikes. So in this preview, I'm actually going to show you some of the features that are going to be on the list. The preview should help you to decide what level you want to ride at. So you'll get to see beginner features, intermediate features, and the advanced features, and you can decide what skill level you want to be rated at during the scavenger hunt. Let me take a second to explain to you how the ratings work for the scavenger hunt. First of all, I want an event that is going to challenge people. So when you see a rating like a beginner trail feature, I'm trying to find features that would challenge a beginner rider and be part of a progression to become an intermediate rider. So an intermediate rating, same thing. Something that will challenge an intermediate rider and offer some progression towards becoming a more advanced rider. So it's not necessarily something that an intermediate rider is going to find easy. Some of them maybe, some of them not so much. So there are going to be some features that are a little bit more challenging than others, but that's how the rating system is going to work. When we have advanced, intermediate, and beginner riders, we are going to have the advanced riders can only ride from the advanced list. The intermediate riders can ride from the intermediate or advanced list, and the beginner riders can ride from any list they want. Female riders can also ride from any list they want. The reason for that is because they become the most valuable players on a team. So everybody likes to have beginners, especially if they're a little bit more of an advanced beginner, because they can ride from any of the lists. The advanced riders are pretty much there to show off a little bit, but more importantly to coach and encourage the intermediate and beginner riders as they're attempting their features as well. So there is something for everybody to keep you entertained, but advanced only has one list. The features are definitely a little bit more difficult. Some have a high risk to them, so be very careful with that. But you're also there to support and maybe even record as the intermediate and beginner riders are doing their thing. So basically, however you're rated, you can ride from that list or higher, but you cannot ride from your rating lower, okay? And that's how the points, you only need one person per team to ride a feature to check it off the box and get the points for it. So when your captains are making their teams, they're going to be looking for a complete team of advanced, intermediate, and beginner riders. One of the tenets of the Techy Rider Social Club is that all riders ride together and learn from each other and support one another. It's a social club so that everybody can ride together, everybody can benefit from each other's riding experience. And even, you know, there's an important thing for advanced riders to become reflectively competent, meaning not only can you ride advanced things, but you can explain to other people how to ride advanced, more advanced things, or even the things that you can ride. So that's very important in order to encourage people coming up in the sport, in my opinion. So that's why it's like that, and that's why the rule is like that. So I want to give you a little bit of a sense of how JRPS is divided so that you can navigate it correctly. The area from the pedestrian bridge on Belle Isle, this is Belle Isle here, so any of the items that are on Belle Isle are located here. From the end of the pedestrian bridge all the way over to the start of Forest Hill is going to we consider Lower Buttermilk. Okay? Then this is Forest Hill Park, Buttermilk Heights. This is the Nickel Bridge. Okay? A little bit from the side of Nickel Bridge is going to be where Dogwood Dell and the pump house is located. You can cross behind the pump house, although it's not legal to do so, or you can ride up Stairway to Heaven, which is on North Bank Trail here. This whole area is North Bank Trail. So this on these islands is Texas Beach. Okay? So that's where those are located. There is a set of pedestrian stairs that spiral down. That is a feature that you can get out onto Texas Beach and do an out and back of. There's going to be plenty of features on there to add that in. North Bank goes all the way over to Tredegar Parking, where you can cross over the pedestrian bridge, which is under the 301, back to Belle Isle. And that's the loop that's going to be included in the scavenger hunt. One thing to add is that if you stay on the fire road, instead of going up the spiral staircase, you stay on the fire road, you're going to run into a small trail that runs along the river. That is Reedy Creek Trail. And there are three features on there. During the draft, you'll be put on a team of 4 to 5 other people, and they will be selected by some lady riders who have been elected captains, and they will pick the teams. We're going to try to do that as a live stream event, as well as something you can come to at a bar. I think we're checking with a few bars to check on their Wi-Fi situation. With the teams, you will choose your route. There's no course for this event. You choose your route based on the features that you want to ride and that your team wants to, based on the strategy from the list. This event is 100% free. All I ask is that you show up and have a great attitude and be ready to ride and be reliable to your team. But if you feel like you want to give back, since this is a free event and a lot of work has gone into it, I would ask, number one, below in the link there'll be a Patreon link that will support me from doing more events and creating some more techie content. The minimum is $12 a year, and that is done in 12 easy monthly installments. So again, if you can't afford $1 a month, or you just don't like me and you don't want to contribute that way, then consider donating some money to the James River Park Trail System. I have the link in the description of the event, and also if that's not good for you either, then consider joining or becoming a member of or contributing some money to RVA More, and that will support local trail building in the Richmond area. So please consider doing one of those 3 things to give back. You know, 12 bucks a year or a few bucks to the trail maintenance crew or RVA More is not a huge expense, considering a lot of events that you probably attend, and like races, are going up $50 or more just for one event. So this actually gives you the peace of mind that you're contributing back to something that you enjoy. If you haven't RSVP'd for this event, we need you to RSVP as going, not interested, going. The reason is when we do our draft, we're going to select the names from the people that are RSVP'd as going. Those are the people. That's the only sure way to get on a team, is to be RSVP'd as going. If you're RSVP'd as interested, that's awesome. We're happy you're following along. You'll get notifications for when we do the live streams for the draft and things like that, but you will not be picked for a team. Hopefully, maybe there'll be a space for you if you come in last minute at the end, but can't guarantee that. So please get back on there and push the going button when you're sure you can go, so that we know you're going, we can get you on a team, and even the helicopter wants you to do that. So without further ado, let's hit the trail. All right, we have the spiral staircase at 22nd Street. This is an intermediate feature, and you are going to be descending that staircase all the way down. Have somebody follow you with a camera, recording just like I am. This is an advanced challenge located near the spiral staircase at 22nd Street. You are going to start at the top and descend these stairs all through here, down these stairs, all the way to that bottom guardrail. This is called the Stone Age stairs, top stairs. A little ways down from the Stone Age stairs is the Stone Age root ball. You can see there's a very big risk for not clearing it and going off the right side. Don't do that. Make your way over this root ball. And this is an advanced feature. Just below the root ball is another advanced feature coming down the bottom Stone Age stairs. So you want to make your way down the L-shaped here all the way to the bottom. Alright guys, this is the rock drop on Lower Buttermilk. This is an intermediate feature, and you come in from the top Just drop off. All right, guys, this rock garden right next to the drop, climbing up it is going to be an intermediate feature. Riding down it is going to be a beginner feature. So the alt line from the rock drop on Lower Buttermilk has this little puppy, an oldie but goodie. This is an intermediate root ball line on Lower Buttermilk. Climbing up it, climbing up it. Okay, so when you get down to the tunnel here, across from the Reedy Creek parking lot, there are features all around you. There's an advanced climbing line here getting up these rocks. These are the rocks to the Scout Camp Bridge, which is no longer there anymore. There is a beginner and intermediate line down this big rock out from Reedy Creek. This coming down is going to be a beginner line. Going up is going to be an intermediate line. Over to the side, you see the rock garden near Reedy Creek. You can ride that in either direction, whichever suits you best. Now we're going to go to the other side of the tunnel and see what's over there. Okay, so just outside the tunnel here, on the other side, on the Forest Hill side, you have this advanced descending line. It's the NAR line. So you're going to come down this NAR here and then drop off the edge here into the tunnel. Okay, just up on the fire road from those tunnels are the stairs down from Riverside. This is an advanced feature. Okay, so this is the skinny bridge that crosses over Forest Hill, crosses over Reedy Creek. This is going to be a beginner feature crossing this bridge. It's skinny with no railings. This block step up is an advanced feature. Advanced riders try to hop up on here, ride it, drop off the side. Guys, the top of Forest Hill, little ramp. Have those beginners get on up it. All right, so we are at the Reedy Creek crossing in Forest Hill Park. It's up near, was it Semmes or Forest Hill Drive up there? And it's a little different than it used to be. A little more gnarly through here, so it might be a little more challenging and difficult. Maybe some sessioning, but it's still an intermediate feature. So get it. All right, in Forest Hill Park, this is the wall step up. Comes around, and you gotta make it over that little nub. Front wheel, rear wheel up, no dabbies. Keep riding. Buttermilk Heights, advanced feature, big clay hill just up from the wooden ramp. All right, Buttermilk Heights, this is a feature for everybody. This is the wooden ramp. The beginners will come down the ramp, intermediates will climb up the ramp, and the advanced will come down these steep stairs. All right, Buttermilk Heights, this is a beginner feature. This is the first creek crossing you come to when you are traveling from east to west. You can ride it in either direction. Just a little ways down from that first creek crossing on Buttermilk Heights is an intermediate feature, the second creek crossing. You're going to need to navigate this turn. Just a little tight here. And then make it through those rocks. Buttermilk Heights intermediate feature, the rock slab climb. You need to get up this rock. All right, here we are at the third creek crossing going east to west. This is a beginner feature, making it through the creek crossing up to the other side, and you can go in either direction. All right, Buttermilk Heights intermediate feature. This is Rainbow Rock. You could do it in either direction, but honestly, downhill's probably the easiest. Don't forget your spotters. I am underneath the Nickel Bridge right now, and this is the Nickel Bridge Armored Climb, an advanced challenge. All right, just west of the Armored Climb is the Nickel Bridge Root Ball Climb. And you gotta get up there. This is an intermediate challenge. All right, this is Dogwood Dell Drop. This is an intermediate drop. It's got a good approach, a nice transitional landing, but it is in a crossway just below coming out of the big berm of Dogwood Dell. So make sure you have a spotter who can look out for you. And watch here, make sure you clear these rocks. Not in the air necessarily, but once you land, make sure you don't go running into those rocks. All right, we are at the pump house drop, an advanced feature you really need to be ready for. If you drop in down this vertical chute, scrub your speed a little bit, just enough to drop off the edge to land on this off-camber granite slab, avoiding this big root at the bottom here, and rolling it out. All right, across from this landmark on Texas Beach, back in the woods here, there's an intermediate feature. You need to split these trees, roll down up onto this rock, and roll down the face of this rock. All right, on Texas Beach is an advanced feature. The dam crossing underneath the railway bridge. What you need to do is make it around this rock and over this rock that's off cambered and cross all the bridges to the other side. No dabbing. You can ride it in the other direction, but this is an advanced feature, so this is included, and this is the tricky section. All right, on Texas Beach, just past those bridges under the railway is an advanced climb. This is really hard. On Texas Beach, clearing this root ball is an intermediate feature, and you can do it in either direction. I am at the bottom of the Texas Beach spiral staircase that advanced riders will be descending from the top all the way to the bottom. Just like the last staircase, you'll need someone follow cam in behind you so we know you don't dab on the way down. But these are a little more trickier because the pathway is much more narrow to make it around these stairs. And then when you get to the bottom, there is a sharp left turn. So your bottom tire needs to touch dirt to be a full clear. All right, I am underneath the Texas Beach pedestrian bridge, and there is a small rock garden here that beginners will need to clear in either direction. Don't take this lightly, we had some spillies here last year. All right, North Bank Trail, I am at the top of Bill's Hill. This first switchback is tricky for lots of folks. Intermediate riders are going to be climbing this. Beginner riders are going to be descending it. So you'll probably need some help and spotters for the first few times coming around this corner and getting into the straightaway that is basically just a rocky chute down all the way to that bottom berm. And as I said, intermediate riders will be climbing up, and yes, make the turn all the way past the rocks to the top. All right, right at the stump dump is this line of rocks. This is the Stump Dump Rock Skinny. This is a beginner feature, and you can ride it in either direction. North Bank, right when you get out into the open, underneath all this kudzu is the rock and roll feature. It is an intermediate feature headed this way, which is west to east. Going east to west, there's a little bit of a step up, and it's more of an advanced feature. Let's go ahead and see if we can find it. All right, we're probably gonna have to clean up that line a little bit before the hunt, but that's the feature. All right, this is the Western Rock Garden on North Bank. This is an advanced feature, making it from rock start to rock finish all the way up at the top there. All right, this is the Eastern Rock Garden on North Bank because it faces east. Now, a lot of this trail is covered by kudzu. The rock line is on the left side here. So we'll have to clear that before the event, or maybe it'll be dead and reseeded by September. But if somebody comes out here and has garden shears, lend a helping hand. If I come out next time, I'll make sure I have my shears on me, and we'll clear that out. But this is an advanced feature, climbing up it. All right, I am on the fire road that comes down from the 301 bridge, or comes out from North Bank Trail, back down this little pathway. this is where you will find the North Bank off-trail stairs. So it's a little tight railing supported set of concrete stairs. Hey, you have to make a left-hand turn at the bottom. You can access the top of the stairs by a road that comes off of that North Bank Fire Road, or you can go up this trail and it'll bring you right around to the top here. So this is an intermediate feature. Not that hard, but be careful. All right, I am underneath, directly underneath the 301 bridge. Just down from the pedestrian bridge that crosses over this little culvert here, we have a whoop. This is a beginner feature, starting from the top, drop into the bowl and up to the other side. All right, I'm at the northeast point of Belle Isle. This is the drop to Lost Trail. This is a beginner feature. All right, guys, just down from the pedestrian bridge is, to the left, a long granite skinny. So you need to make it from end to end. This is an intermediate feature. All the way. All the way. You can touch dirt here and back up. All the way. And drop off right before the post. Alright, so entering the Belle Isle skills area, there are going to be several features in here. First, nice wide open area for beginners to do a 5-second track stand, a 2-stroke 1-2 wheel lift. We have the large drop over here, which is an intermediate feature, the medium drop over here, which is a beginner feature, and the small drop you could do just for fun, but it's not on the list. All right, at this end, way at the tip, we have a skinny feature. That is a beginner skinny. And then right here we have a teeter-totter, and this is an advanced feature. Advanced riders are going to have to get their front wheel up on it, lower it down, and then ride across it. There were a lot of spillies here last year, so be very careful. All right, in the middle, sort of up on Belle Isle, just off the Fire Road, is the double log feature. 1 log, 2 logs. This one's a little bit sideways and off camber, which makes it a little tricky, especially if it's wet. But clearing both of those, no dabbing, and then through the logs and out. All right, so this is the descent on Belle Isle up from the root drop, just a little uphill from it. Coming down it, it looks a little hairy, but it's an intermediate feature, so be careful, have fun. All right, at the far west end of Belle Isle is the root drop. This is a hairy one, guys. Be ready for this. You have to come off the top, clearing the roots, down to the bottom. This is an advanced feature. Be very careful. So just as you come off the wooden bridge from the south side over to Belle Isle, there is a rocky chute here. That is an intermediate feature on Belle Isle. So I am standing on top of the wooden bridge that crosses over from the south side. And below me, you see just how close I am to the other end here. But below me, through these trees, you can see is the Lost Garden. There is an entrance. Let's see if we can see it. Well, hard to see here. But there is an entrance on this fire road right below the bridge. And if you go down to the end and you take a right, there's a trail that'll bring you right out to the beginning of the Lost Garden. Ride it in either direction, and it is an advanced feature. All right, we are on Reedy Creek Trail. This is, down this way, is the spiral staircase from 22nd Street. Comes down the fire road, a little bit off of a right, and the first thing you see is this drop, which is an intermediate feature in the scavenger hunt. Just down the way from that drop on Reedy Creek Trail is this root ball. You can pick your line. You may have seen this in a video of mine recently on a techie ride we did, but getting from the start of the roots to the end of the roots without dabbing, that is a clear. Okay, so just down from the root ball, if you keep going on Reedy Creek Trail, you'll see this wooden bridge that crosses over the creek. Advanced riders will come down these stairs and make this L turn. The railings that were here have been removed, so it's actually a little bit easier, even if it's a little bit more of a risk if you don't control your brakes properly coming down there. And last but certainly not least, be safe, make wise decisions, have fun, challenge yourself, but live to ride another day. That's the most important. So remember, you're making the choices of what you want to ride. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing something you're not comfortable with. But if you have the skills, give it a try and challenge yourself. You'll be surprised at just how well you could do. So many people get to ride things for the first time or clear things for the first time during this event because there's a little bit of an edge of competition and also some people that can support you in a small group as you're riding. So don't be afraid to use them and lean on them for some support and to help you conquer some of the challenges that you need to conquer on your mountain bike.